dentist that I've ever seen. And she sits on that chair sometimes for 12 hours while I'm having fun running around and collecting garbage. So thank you for all you do. See, but our service, our journey in service will never be, ever be the same if it wasn't for Rotarians like yourself. We are honored to have you in our life, and we are in this great district. See, we're only a mirror of yourself because you are the greatest people on earth, the most honorable people on earth, that you come together for service. See, I didn't know the first time I was invited to Rotary, what is Rotary? This gentleman comes to me and he said, would you come in and join Rotary Club? Well, I was in the car business, in the automobile business, and when he presented that, I looked at that and I saw that's a wheel. That's another automobile club, so I'm going to make a lot of money on these people. Well, I was disappointed. I did not make any money on these people. And I didn't know at that time because I just graduated and I started my own business. And I'm a naive kid from Lebanon. What do I know? I didn't know a Rotary Club from a Sam's Club. But my president says, you need to get involved in Rotary. We never had an international director. Why don't you become an international director? And we also never ever attended anything in the district. Why don't you represent us in the district? Go to the district, see what they talk about, bring it back to us to see what the district is all about. Well, I'm still determined that this is a driving club. So they said there's a function in Riverside, the district has at the university. So I go to the university and I stand in that parking lot. I want to know what they're driving. I want to know what kind of engines I'm going to be working on. And I'm looking at these Rotarians coming in, and they come in with a Ford, Cadillac. And I said, there's something else to this I don't know about. So I went into the podium and I sat down. And the one person who took that podium was Milt Levinson. And Milt Levinson took that podium and told us why we are Rotarians. Why do we give somebody water, dig a well somewhere in the world? Why do we have to give vaccination to other people and we save them from crawling? Why would you give scholarships for kids that we'll never ever see? Why do we give the wheelchair? Why do we give them a hand? Why do we give them artificial hand and leg? And he told us why we are Rotarians. And at that moment, I felt it in my blood that I just became a Rotarian. But also at the same time, it hit this child's heart, it brought the children in me, where I grew up. Where we grew up is poverty all the way. You can look on TV. We have lived it. I have one pair of shoes all year round to go to school. And when for those pair of shoes, when the sole wears out, I will pass by a little market somewhere, and then we'll pick up a little cardboard. And preferably it will be banana cardboard box, because it will have some wax. So you can put it in the bottom of your shoes, and you can walk to school. And I was telling my mom the other day, that's what I talk about sometimes when I stand up. And she said, no, you're not telling all the story. Because at Christmas time, you will go to the shoemaker, and you will sit for 2 hours while the shoemaker will put a sole in your shoes and also paint your shoes so you will look like you have new shoes. We have one pair of pants to wear to school. And when they get dirty, you have to wash them with little soap you have, and then hang them or stand by the pipe for a stove in the house. And if they dry, that's fine. If they don't dry, you smell like mildew all day long. But that's the way it is. See, we were 6 kids in the house and 2 parents, We only have one toothbrush. See, when my wife and I go down to Mexico, we have the whole car full with toothbrushes and toothpaste from generous Rotarians like yourself. We have one toothbrush. And we'll take that toothbrush, we'll strike it on a bar of soap, and we wash our teeth. And about 2 years later, that toothbrush, the whiskers turn upside down. But you still use it because it's not a necessity. The necessity is food. And we're lucky if my father will bring a piece of cheese at the end of the day, because he was a worker. My parents, both of them, they're illiterate. My mother till today, and I'm lucky to have them both, till today, she will draw her name. She does not sign her name, because she doesn't know what she's signing. She just draws her name. We just draw it in front of her, and she draws her name. But they realize the importance of being educated. And my father, one time he said, I was 13 years old, I didn't know what I'm doing. He said, I want to educate you because maybe you can save this family. But I will educate you, but by the time I educate you, I will not have enough strength to educate your other 5 sisters and brothers. But you promise me that when you do get somewhere in life, you look back and you take their hand and you lift them up. And I did that. I fulfilled my contract when I was 38 years old. But I renewed my contract when I joined Rotary again to help others in need. Because I felt by the kid in myself. Because when we were in Lebanon and in that conditions, we waited for people like you. We didn't know Rotary, but we knew somebody in the world should be helping somebody. But you never came. But the kids grow. You see, this morning Tom got up and said, I'm going to work today. I want to see what the weather look like. I want to see what I'm going to put on. So he listened to the weather. The temperature is going to be 91 degrees. So he put the t-shirt on. And the best route to go to work is in Indian Drive, Canyon Indian Drive. And he goes to work. But that's not the case when you live in a civil war in Lebanon or in the world. Because you got to get up and you got to ask Thomas, because Thomas went to work and he came back safe. Thomas, which route did you take to go to work? Because if we go to work and we make the wrong turn somewhere, you will be pulled out of that car, stood by that wall, and shut up and shut down, just like a dog. And you will not even bear it like a dog. That's a civil war. But when I heard Mill talking what we do as Rotarians in the world, I said, my parents are obligated to me to do this thing. But we are not, you Rotarians, not obligated to anyone. You will help, you will dig a well somewhere that you will never taste that water. You will give a scholarship to someone that you will never ever shake their hand. You will give vaccination to kids that you will never ever see. And you don't expect even a thanks. You just do it because of the kindness in your heart. See, I was really privileged. I am so lucky and privileged to have brushed with a lot of great people, like Mel, like Dr. Helene, like a lot of you in this district. Dave Coleman, he served, he's one of our members in our club, and he served this district with a lot of passion. For 20 years, he transported the Ryla kids to Ryla. But old age caught up with Dave Coleman, and he wound up in a home. And I called him to check on him. And I said, how are you? He said, I think I'm fine. but I'm lonely. I missed all my family, brother. I missed all of you in the club. You're like my family. And I don't have any family now. And he said, I pray to God every day that I can walk into my meeting and see all of you one more time. We made that dream come true. With the whole club went and met at his home where he stayed. And he cried all the time because he's happy that he has his family with him. His family program with him. But that's the only family he knows. Jeff Williams gave a lot of his life. And 3 days before he faced God, we were visiting them at the home. And I reached to Jeff and I said, how are you? He said, I'm leaving, but I'm disappointed with myself. How are you disappointed with yourself? You served this district with a great passion. He said, I'm disappointed because I still can serve more. I want to serve you as a district governor. See, Al Braswell, and some of you know Al Braswell, and Al Braswell always says, I am selfish. And I said, why are you selfish? 6 months before he faced God, he was with us in Thousand Smiles in the Senate, training the kids how to brush their teeth and everything else, and helping with everything we asked him because he speaks good Spanish. He said, I'm selfish because when I give, it makes me feel good. It makes Al Braswell feel good when he gives. Rex is 98 years old in Loma Linda. And also, old age caught up with Rex. He lost his mind. He doesn't know where Rex is. Who took over to take him to the club for the meeting? Is Millop. Millop is 86 years old. Millop knows where he's going, and he still drives. And Millop was hosting one of the GSC teams. We were in Hollywood, spending some time with the GSC. And Millop got this phone call from Rex. Rex says, Mel, are you picking me up today to go to Rotary? Well, Mel says, no, Rex, I'm not picking you up today. Today is Sunday. Rotary is Wednesday. You see, Mellop, he didn't know what time of the day it is. He didn't know what day it is. But he knew in his heart that it's time to go to Rotary. Because he wants to go and see his family in Rotary. That's all in his mind after 62 years of perfect attendance to Rotary and what Rotary does. Ruth Braswell served the district very well for his 7 or 8 years. She was the chair for polio. And one time, Ruth Braswell was giving wheelchairs with all the Rotarians. And when the word gets out that the Rotarians are in town and giving wheelchairs, people will crawl from the mountains, from the valleys. They will crawl on a little stick. They will crawl on a little wheel. They will have somebody drag them until they get to where Rotarians are giving the wheelchair, because they know now they're going to have their freedom. They're going to get the wheelchair, and they're not going to crawl anymore and depend on people. And this little child rolled up to Ruth and held her by the arm and started talking to her. And she didn't know what that kid was saying. So she asked the translator, said, would you translate what this kid said to me? Said, this kid is telling you to hold on a few more moments that he can remember your face. So he will thank you again when he sees you in heaven. You see, fellow Rotarians, this governor might not thank you for what you do in Rotary. Your president might not thank you for what you do. Your fellow Rotarian might not thank you for whatever you do. But you will be thanked one time, somewhere, I promise. You see, if you look around you right now, you will see Al Braswell, David Coleman, Ruth Braswell, and all of them just sitting next to you. It's up to us, Rotarians, up to you, mentors, up to wise people in your club to brush and polish these Rotarians, these young Rotarians that you bring in. This is up to you to brush and make them a great Rotarian, that they will stay in the club, then they want to come to the club to their family because they miss their family of Rotary, because they miss the service. And our service in the world will never ever be interrupted. I'm asking all the Rotarians in the district to do 3 things this year. First, acknowledge everyone in your club, whatever they do. Second, encourage everyone in your club and whatever you do. And third, thank everyone for whatever you do. Because that's the only way we get paid, and paid well as Rotarians. Our president says, light up Rotary. How do we light up Rotary? It's just like lighting a little match. He said, no, no, no. That's not how we light up Rotary. The way we light up Rotary is like the sun that comes up every day and shines and gives energy and give it equally to everyone, just like the Rotarians. They give and serve everyone equally every day in their heart. Fellow Rotarians, they say you can light up 1,000 candles from one candle. Are you going to be that one candle? Thank you very much.
And for your beautiful wife, flower.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Milk, are we on?
Thank you. I don't think so.
Thank you.